Kane is a good pick here.
But the final piece of the puzzle is Weebly's Lysandra. Weebly is not actually a PCS player. Weebly plays for S&C, who have been gone from playoffs since the very beginning. The first game of playoffs, they went out to you actually. No, it was you. It was, yeah.
Yeah, they lost against us.
Yeah, it was a two. You had a very good game there as well.
Yeah, they forgot to pay the tax, and
Yeah, I don't know. I think
that's what happened.
yeah, I think I was actually streaming that game as well. Once people started seeing that Jarvan getting through, it was just, I don't know, man. I don't know what was going on in the S&C drafts. But it does now.
And can I ask on what's your... How far are you right now?
I am at 41. I could just stream to Discord if that's any easier for you.
Nah. I'd rather have it on my screen. I'm on 54, 55.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Nice.
No big level 1 shenanigans from either team. Hikes is... You know, I'd expect nothing different out of Hikes than what I just saw. Not a care in the world. But Arin's starting on his chickens. Instead of going for a buff, popping down into bot side. Unless you could just go chickens red. Krugs, you're definitely the person.
Yeah, he probably goes. Yeah, he probably goes Raptors too.
Yeah, you're definitely
red into Krugs. Like that's a usual pass with Kane.
If there's someone who wants to talk about the pattern in this cast, it is definitely not me. I don't know how Shen does in Mundo, despite the fact that my team like me to play both of their champions. I can't imagine it's particularly fun for Shen, but I mean, obviously he does have a... You know, Mundo can't really do anything about TP, doesn't have any CC to cancel or anything along those lines. But a Mundo getting a lot of time on his own doesn't sound particularly nice to play against either. So far, nothing really to cover yet. Ares going down through his bot side.
Both junglers passing bot side, and Kane right now one camp ahead. So he's gonna hit level 4 before Scuttle Crab, which Ares on the Xinsa won't have. Which is like the biggest difference here. But also bot lane pushing towards PCS here, so let's see if they're gonna fight for the Scuttle Crab or no. It's a pretty big wave, and I don't think Juno wants to lose it either. But yeah, looks like they should be fighting this.
See the pings going down. Definitely do want to look at something. They're just gonna surrender.
Yeah, it looks like
PCS.
Yeah, a smart choice. No reason to fight it there.
No reason to use too much on a scuttle. Lucky for Ares here, doesn't actually get the root down, but Ares is just gonna be able to walk away. Jenna Prabmore coming with the threat, but Davis is gonna be here first. It's a double flash stun from Jenna Prabmore! And the first kill goes down. Arin's going to be able to shadow step away from this fight, but I Am Bubble's going to flash back in. Just one more auto attack, one more anything. And Arin's is going to be able to get out, but it's Hikes that falls in return. But Jenna Prabmore isn't finished yet. gives up her life with no goal.
But gets the execution, so it's that's a 3-for-0 for E4, which is huge for them.
Yeah.
We were talking about the early mid and jungle, but
I think.
but that's really nice follow up from the Dabish and from top side getting a nice flash taunt.
You know the enemy mid jungle is a bit stronger in the early game, and you know Davis's prior in top lane, so not the best fight you want to be looking for at this point in the game, but.
Kane is going top side here, maybe looking for potentially some stacks at least. I don't think they will kill him. Yeah.
He is here.
Davis is going a bit deep, but
a lot of damage blocked as well from the W, but in the end, going to be able to use those final 2 killables to keep his own life. Another few sacks on the board though for Orins. Red Kane can definitely turn into a monster. Bit of a CS opening up in the bot lane as well for Yuna.
Yeah, Yuna getting a better back here. Having the Noon Quiver already built while Sivir going for the call and a longsword or 2 longswords instead.
Very impressive flash W in that fight. I think they probably would have won anyway based on sheer power of the 2 champions. Shen is a level 6 for E4. I think we could look for something on the shape. Heights a little bit behind. Seem to be struggling into Davis just a little bit. Aries looking for mid again, but
Kane is going for the blue buff instead, top side. And they know they can't fight bot side right now with Shen having R up. Even though Shen getting a bit low, but he's probably looking for a reset here. Maybe Hakes can get the bait that he's recalling, but yeah, Shen is recalling now and never mind, he cancels it. Since I started Dragon here, they have mid, they have both prio. This should be uncontested.
Mundo getting very low in the top lane. Does have the ult available. I don't think Shen will ever really have the chance to kill him at least until he gets the Aegis or the Sunfire Cape, I think it's called now. But small leads, excluding bot lane, everywhere else for E4. You know,
yeah, mostly in the mid and jungle right now. Jungle 600 gold ahead and mid approximately 300 gold ahead, but it's the same 300 gold that Yuna is ahead of the Sivir.
Yeah, Yuna definitely gonna quickly grow into a problem. Nearly 10 CS per mid already. Hasn't backed yet. I think might be sitting on a couple of items. I have a look. Yeah, sitting on about 1k. So does have the Berserker's Greaves or a pickaxe or potentially whatever he wants waiting. But this wave is big and it's pushing back in.
Kane is also bot side here, so they might try to look for something, but there's a lot of blue wards right now in the bot side, so it's not gonna be the easiest lane to gank.
Yeah, you can see.
But they need to push it in and they can't leave it to freeze. Freeze in a bad spot either.
There's so much wave here as well from the Sivir. Cargilly looking for something mid. More sitting on a back anyway. Not to be able to find anything. Did commit some time up there. Blaziken is
getting some deep vision, even deeper vision now.
Yeah, a lot of...
in the blue jungle.
Despite the very quickly growing CS lead, a lot of control of the spot side vision-wise for E4. I think I might have expected the Braum to struggle a little bit more than he is into the Lulu.
Well, maybe we see a fight here at Rift Herald. At least E4 is walking in, but looks like Harvey's just gonna leave.
Yeah,
Leave the pit and go for his camps instead.
yeah,
They don't really want to take a fight.
When you're behind yourself and your top lane is behind, your mid lane is behind, it's really difficult to win. Bot lane isn't particularly strong either.
Yeah, even though it's still small margins, so it doesn't really matter. But
It's here.
yeah,
Another ultimate gonna come out and a win. That was gonna have to flash away. But Ares is here. Not gonna be able to find anything. Maybe I have to get away with the match in time, but ideally finding something a little bit of trouble. The Silver's gonna play, just have to flash away.
Sivir and Braum ult has to be used here, but top side we're still fighting. Lissandra is gonna have the edge here over.
As well, and that is on low HP. Shadow Step is going to be enough, and Ares is sitting on the back of the side with a lot of HP still. Gonna have to flash him after he's united. He's gonna have to get away with his life. Only
Cargill is also here. He has the kill here.
Tries to jump on him, but it's
Lulu
people
taking the
down
shutdown.
for the Lulu.
But that's good for PCS getting 2 kills there, getting also the Rift Herald break spawning soonish. So
really good map movement there from Cargill. Obviously up there and cashed his Zinzo on his way out, but I don't think they're going to be able to find him. That is also going to be a herald for Rins.
but E4 have the better position right now for Drake. You're not looking for a back here. He's sitting on 2.4k gold. He has his Kraken finished here, and he's ahead of the Sivir by quite big margin.
There's definitely a growing problem in that bot lane.
So they might want to try to fight it, but Kayn and Lissandra is without ults here, and it's still not a red Kayn. He hasn't his form yet, so
Weebly is here. Jenna Primo's going to catch him out. The stun isn't going to land. I think it was cancelled by the W. He's going to go in himself. The Bromwell comes out to try and
Yuna steals it.
Stolen by the Jinx rocket. Jenna with an absolutely massive super death rocket.
Chen are coming in also.
Immediately just have to bring out his own ult, and Cargill is the first to fall. Weebly's going to be quick to follow. It's a big fight for E4. Jinx is doing a lot of damage on the edge of the fight, but it's not going to matter. Does manage to pick up 1 kill. And she's going to get away with her life as well. The Red Bull slow coming in really handy. And, I mean, it looks like a good fight for E4. 3 kills as well to the Sivir, actually. That is huge, but
it's a triple kill for the Sivir, which is huge, but Hakes gets some plates from top side.
yeah.
Yuna survives, which is like good, but we can see Jinx with no items still can't clean the fight. And otherwise, I think might be even worse. They got the Drake, so it's not the end of the deal. And you have Kayn also getting form now. He's actually a champion again, and
yeah, I think that could definitely
could have been worse. This is completely fine right now.
But you can see already,
Both.
Jenna did play that fight well. Just didn't have the answer, and this is most definitely a very dead Annie. Can't escape all the CC in the world. It's gonna be the hardest.
Let's see if E4 have to move here. We see Shen already moving towards mid. Braum also close by, but Lulu is straight behind PCS here. So the turret won't go down, but
poke onto Ares. Not gonna follow that in. The Shen taunt comes out and Weebly does have to use the creep on himself. And he's gonna fall. They're both gonna just only one death so far, so
Kane killing.
Kane
cleans this.
massive healing from the Q. Flash out with the W
Jonas close by.
and Davis on 1 HP on this
Kane.
tower. Arins is going to fall. Maybe a little bit of an overcommitment from PCS.
But the turret is gonna fall down, so this is
Overall, definitely a decent trade. 140 farm and a kill and a tower on this Jinx already.
it's two for two, but the turret goes down completely fine here, and Jinx is getting even more gold, which is important here. I feel like the next target could be the Sivir. Sivir has a 300 gold shutdown for now.
Missed the cannon.
-1. This is why he's not the Grandmaster yet.
That Drake steal, that's absolutely massive. Adds an extra bit of a timer for that Jinx and that Mundo, and pretty much everyone on that team. Very decent scaling. I think the Zinzao might be the one that falls off a little bit.
Yeah, there's gonna be Rift and Drake spawning in approximately 1 minute 30 seconds here, and both at the same time. But I think teams should be focusing on the Drake. Second Rift Herald usually isn't that massive. Even though it's Cloud Drake, not the best soul here, but I feel like it's gonna be a brawl.
He's just doing his best to get rid of as much vision as he can. 4 members here of E4 committed to this ball in.
Gold dead even right now on the ADCs also. Junglers actually, Kane is ahead in gold of the Xinzao after these fights.
Nice. Very, very low. They still have the ultimate available. Pretty much unable to die to Shen while that's up.
Yeah, it's on 2k gold. Might just wanna run back top lane, and maybe he even wants that Shen's gonna R so he can delete turrets. He has his TP up also, so he can join the fight if he prefers that. Cargilly also looking for the Mikhail's first item here, which is a good item when they have Annie and Shen on the other side, even Braum. You have all the cookies in kinda in the Yuna basket.
But this, I would think this is the Drake. Very quickly goes to the end, nothing goes good for the test. They're going to take the fight immediately. Iron Bubbles goes in with that Shen over there, but it's a lot of flashes going down. Hikes is stunned up, but it's not going to matter because he's way too tanky already. And Mundo and Liu are the first 2 victims. Shadow Prime more quickly follows, and Junna is on the back of this fight doing so much damage. Still 3 members alive here for both teams. Arins goes back in.
He's gonna clean it.
On 1 HP, the Gorge is enough to keep alive. Junna is still free hitting in this fight. It's a triple kill for Junna. Going to be very quickly followed for the 4th, and it's a quadruple kill. Never mind, it was taken away by Weebly.
Good job, Weebly.
4 kills
Well,
on this Jinx, and as we said, it was a growing problem, and now it's a very, very big problem, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, I talked about how good Yuna's pacing is in these mid-game fights, for example, and he just had to run 20 seconds away from the Xinzao, and then they could turn it around with Lulu, and Orange just buying so much time with the red from Kane with Mundo and Lisandro there on the E4 backline, and Yuna gets that 1 kill, and then he can just clean the fight. It's gonna be really hard to stop him. He's gonna be summonless now, But the Mikhails is also built now. But gonna be even harder to kill him. You can also hit the Infinity Edge spike here, and
Yeah,
it's gonna do even more damage now. Probably going for the LDR third item.
I think this is a very dead Shen. Following in
Yeah, that turret is dead. Sinza is close by, but I don't think they will win that 2v2.
I think Ares is probably going to fall as well. Arendt has so much healing. Another ult does come out. And the Jinx Rocket's going to come in. It's going to go just wide, but Arendt on 1 HP is not going to fall. The Shadow Step healing enough to keep alive a little bit longer, and Ares is the one to fall on his point instead.
That's a dead Lulu.
That is a very not dead Lulu. It is dead in the end. And it's Joseph.
Well,
And he's going to have to do a lot in this fight to get anything done. Juna's the one to fall. It's a huge shutdown for Sivir. Davis does die in the end in top lane, but this is a massive
It's a really,
fight.
really big fight for E4 here. The Sivir getting triple kill again in bot lane with a huge shutdown from the UNL also.
The Sivir has now exploded into a 1k gold lead almost over the Jinx. And that definitely swings things a lot. The PCS
had a big
there.
Yeah, had a big shutdown, getting the 600 goal shutdown from Jinx after that fight, and
but even if the
Cool
Jinx,
also completed here.
even if the Jinx is less of a problem, this Mundo is so far ahead. Kane is so far ahead. The Sandra also now getting a little bit of a lead over the Annie. It's going to be a lot on Joseph this game.
We see some anti-healing also being bought from
Finally.
Annie also, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough.
This Annie is sitting on one item and then just that Oblivion Orb. Definitely not where she would ideally like to be. Weebly here to match Davis in this top lane. Doesn't have teleport. Drake is up in about 50 seconds. So he can't really stay up here for too long.
I think he's gonna just push one more wave.
Soul point on the line here for PCS. But that vision, excuse me, that river is very,
I feel like
red.
I feel like E4 might want. I would probably not flip the Cloud Drake here. Like, it's not that big of a soul. Yeah, I mean, you have Sivir also on 2.5 items. Maybe you want to fight it. It's kind of hard to say, but you could also flip and just go Nash instead. Cause like look at Nash from red side. There's no wards. There's deeper wards, yes, but
E4 dancing
but
on
it
the edge
looks
of
like
this fight. One team or the other just looking for something big. But I mean, you just have to get onto this Jinx, and it's not easy. Jenna Proudmore caught out in the ball lane on her own. Little Annie. But
it's gonna be really hard to get into.
Yeah, you do struggle to engage here. I think you have to be into the Drake pit first when you're playing these kind of Braum, so this, the Braum, the Sivir maybe as well. But Jenna is
Annie getting into a good position, but Annie also spotted now.
Look at the Gorgon is only going to keep him alive for a couple more seconds, and he's going to fall to Hikes. Orin's doing big damage to the edge of this fight. There's nothing to try to get inside. Hikes is going to have to exit this fight early. Looks like a big fight here for PCS, and Jenna is still on the edge of this fight, free hitting. 2 kills for him so far. Jenna Proudmore sitting in this rush, she's waiting for an unsuspecting victim, but she's just going to fall. She does manage to pick up Weebly on the way, but it's another big fight for Jenna, and it's another big fight for PCS.
Yeah, Scott had a really good try to shut down the Yuna with the flash flash timbers, but damage is not there.
Yeah.
And
Ares
Lulu
also
with the
died
shields
for
and heals.
They're gonna turn their attention to this Baron. They've been trying to get big on it, but no sooner than it gets taken. It'll be the PD next, I think, of things. Sivir on the other hand opting for a little bit more damage. These tankier champions with the King and Mundo with that. Lord Dominic's regards next.
Yeah, you're not finishing also last whisper instead. Like it's still three bruisers slash tanks on E4 side also. So kinda expect that he wants the last whisper at least. But looks like he's going for both the last whisper for LDR and for the Phantom Dancer.
Bit of downtime now across the map. No more neutrals for about 4 minutes. Gonna Proudmore finding himself in a lot of trouble on the spot lane tier 1. And he's gonna fall. The Heartsteel proc is doing so much damage.
Kane didn't even touch the Annie.
Oh, was it a solo kill?
It was a solo kill by Hex. He's
been good.
He has
this game.
Yeah,
For someone
he's
that
not
doesn't
even.
play League of Legends.
I mean, he plays League of Legends, but he just
doing a lot of damage actually. Weebly, the dash away
shouldn't be
cancelled
there.
by the taunt. Only keep him alive for a second longer until it goes over to Ares. Trying to get himself back into this game. Sivir trying to clear these minions for the same rate. Almost been trying to flash in from Ares, the Shen as well.
That's Yuna dead. Yuna's dead insta.
Already at the start of the fight.
Does Sivir die here? Because Kane could be.
Oh, he's gonna pick it up. He's gonna knock up cancel, but he's gonna get the kill in the end anyway.
That's 3 kills for E4. He's
That
so
is
already.
the kind of thing they're looking for in this game. It's gonna be
It's
a
froze
tier
for
1
me.
mid as well. That mid lane tier 1 tower gonna be very soon to follow. Those are the kind of fights you're looking for. You need this mid tier 1. You need to get the map unlocked a little bit. Hype is here.
He's really big.
Taking any damage from anyone, then the kills used on him.
They just want to save the mid turret, which is the correct call here, but just don't go too deep here. I know Higgs is like really fed right now, but Danny also being close by. Second most fed in the game. Or slightly 100 gold behind the Civet right now. But you're not the strongest one here and actually going for the Runans instead of Phantom Dancer here. Going for the AoE.
It's gonna be the Moonstone. No Shirelias for you to do this game. E4 looking for this upcoming Drake. Second to the river again. The wind is here and it's gonna be a free pick on the blade because essentially Super Mega Death Rock is huge. I have Bubbles standing right at the front of this fight. It's an absolutely massive knockup, and this fight is over before it even begins. He's gonna try to get involved into this fight. There's his mouse to flash out to the side, but I have Bubbles next to fall.
The Mundo and Kane is so strong in the front line.
It might be 2 big kills, but it's not gonna matter since it's not a double kill for Jinx. And do they just end off this?
Yeah, they end it. It's 30-second cool or
Yeah, it was.
timer still here. It's game
It was
one.
it was the pick. It was the Blaziken walked up a little bit too far. Invited the engage onto his team. Joseph not moving back in time either. And game one of our lower bracket final going to PCS.
And a 30-minute game again. Both games yesterday were 30 minutes and 15 seconds. This is 10 seconds faster. Yeah.
And the Kindred as well. There you go.
Yeah, they limited Arin's champ pool as much as possible and kind of forced him on playing Kindred.
I worry for the lack of magic damage in this E4 comp against the Tahm Kench. Nothing level 1 from either team, but I think both junglers, or not both junglers, excuse me, one jungler is starting top, the other is starting bot. Ares is pathing towards his Malphite.
Both teams speaking about if the game should be restarted because Danivia has a restricted skin, but both teams are happy to continue playing.
I have chat off, but it's easy to not realize when you're when it happens.
Both junglers starting on their red sides and pathing towards opposite sides of the map. Kindred pathing. Maybe even looking for an early gank mid here.
Something in mid lane. Scott is halfway up this lane. Just sitting there, you can see him on the map. His director camera refuses to show you. He's gonna go in here. The stun isn't gonna land, but he's gonna have to run towards this jungle. The charm is very, very good to disrupt the pathing just a little bit. They're gonna just leave that one for now. No sums burned or anything, but Scott gets away without having to use anything. The charm on its own is enough. But the second time round might not be so lucky. I Am Bubbles here to try and protect him. Gonna jump in. I Am Bubbles gonna be able to flash in by himself. The first guy isn't gonna come out. He flashed for it as well, and he got absolutely nothing. And Arin's on this Kindred so far behind in this early game already. An absolute disaster for his game.
I mean, game one also started the same way. First blood for the mid jungle duo of E4, but didn't matter in the end. Let's see if this is more impactful or not.
This game already does seem to be looking a little bit better for E4. Obviously they have those 3 kills early game. They definitely look a lot more stable. Scott played those first 2 fights really well, keeping his life in the first one, and then not only getting the flash and everything, getting out with his own life. Last second kill.
really bad spot for Tom Kench right now, but everybody is on the bot side right now and the Kindred looking for an early Drake for PCS.
I don't think he, to my knowledge, has a mark yet. He has one mark.
Yeah, he has one mark, yes. He took the first Scuttle Crab. Nocturne looking for Kindred's topside camps in return. John would be proud. Nocturne taking the Raptors.
Hike's having a little bit of trouble with this Malphite poke. The early Dark Seal as well. But E4 just acquiring little leads all over the map. Nocturne now, level 6. Got that ult available to go around the map.
And he's gonna immediately go towards bot side.
Two levels down, Rins just managed to pick up that level 5.
He got the early Drake and Nocturne stole his topside camps. But it looks like Kindred is going for the bot scuttle again, and don't think E4 wants to contest it either. They maybe could go for the Maokai here, but he's not gonna die easily, so no point. Kindred getting a second stack there from Scuttle also. Pretty slow game so far. Both teams are happy with just scaling here.
Baroslav going wide in mid lane. Jennifer will have to use a Spirit Rush to get out. He's going to be able to escape with his life. A couple of abilities used to try and find that and not getting anything out of it. Oh, it was a flash chain of corruption. Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention either, and but they're just trading bot plates for the Rift Herald here. But they had to pay the price with Flash Varus and Varus Flash and Varus Ultimate here. And Drake spawning in 50 seconds. It's gonna be an Infernal Drake. Both teams wanna take that Drake. And most importantly, denying it from the other team.
mid lane matchup getting a little bit stale, just kind of clearing waves back and forth. Pretty much top and bot both even, but a big gold lead, an XP lead for the mid and jungle of E4. Jennifer, we're going to go in here first. The Spirit Rush does land the Charm and the Nocturnal. The Kindle is going to save him just in time. The Spell Shield as well to block out the Chain of Corruption. And Junna, he's not going to be able to get out of this one. He's going to fall as well. It's a massive fight for E4.
2 kills already, but looks important.
Towards this dragon.
Get the Drake here.
The mid jungle of E4 showing why they are one of the best combos in the league as a duo. And the second drink of the game goes to E4. Now, this gold lead from mid and jungle exploding onto all areas of the map. Arins gets that Herald down into mid for a little bit of compensation.
Getting a plate, so it's a solo plate for Danivy also. Bit of a lull state now. It's happened a couple of times. Kind of a lot of stale matchups across the map. Really, it's kind of on the two junglers to get something done. Ares been the victor of the two so far in that sense. Yeah, some mythical items already picked up. Stridebreaker for Nocturne, Ludens for Ari here, and Anivi also getting a Rod of Ages.
I don't think he's expecting that mouth pile. Nature's Grasp does manage to get away from it with the Spirit Rush in time.
Both top laners also getting the Unleashed teleport here, and can easily join the fights that's happening on the other side. Like, but both top laners are fine with back and forth trading and just farming. Kindred also opting for Gale Force instead of Kraken Slayer here, even though there's a Malphite on the other side.
Friends, wow! I take back what I said about the Ari and Champ Select. One combo.
But looking like PCS doesn't want to fight the second herald here, which is a good decision here. You don't want to try flip it here. It's only a second herald, as I said, and it's not gonna change the game unless Orange is trying to steal it.
There's a huge Malphite ult in, and he's gonna have to be Kench ulted out. The Devourer just about keeping the jungler alive.
But that's Janna and Malphite are gone for the Drake fight that's could be happening. Drake spawning in. Yeah, I can't see it. 15 seconds. Now I can see it again. But Kindred could be opting also for going for the mark on top side, but it's good wards for E4 side. But yeah, key ultimate's missing right now.
The big
A
charm.
nice charm on the Anivia. Anivia has to flash away from it.
Grasp trying to get his team out of that Dragonfly. Hikes, dives into the back, but they're just falling so low. It's so much damage. The Nocturne's going to come in. The first kill goes onto Hikes, and Sivir with the stack equal tempo going to be able to go absolutely crazy here. Huge pop-offs here from E4. It's a triple kill for Joseph. It's a 4 for 0 for E4. Excuse me, my voice is going.
Looking way better right now for the E4 side. First game was a bit of a mess, and that's an ace.
An ace
already.
At the end. At 17 minutes, it's 8-0. 6k gold ahead. A dragon ahead, opening up this mid tower. This game is all but done at this point.
We're already 2k ahead of the Varus in such a short time. 1k gold ahead. Malphite is 1k gold ahead of Tom Kench. Same could be said in the jungle matchup and mid matchup. Honestly the same also. All the supports being close in gold. Kindred walking on wards, are they looking for potentially trying to shut down the Kindred here. Desperately looking for some gold.
Rebel's stolen away, gonna be able to get away with the blast cone. Very risky going for things like that from this position.
He needs some gold, he needs to get the items, like otherwise this Kindred is just gonna be a cast minion, and that's not really what they need. Like Varus is also kind of weak at this point.
Yeah.
Has the shield bow and rage knife, but gonna be really tough to get through this Malphite and Nocturne also level 11 now, so getting the upgraded ultimate and going for some tankiness. Go for Warden's mail and going for Frozen Heart eventually, but getting components for now. Next objective spawning in 20 seconds. The Baron, not sure, but don't think either of the teams wants to go for an early Nash and flip. No need to flip the game.
Abbas. I found something a little bit short of Rinses here, but I don't think you do any damage to that thing.
Dab is opting for Merc Threads over Ninja Thabis. I can't remember what they're called.
Rins.
Look at the severe damage already.
Using this ult to get out, and Kindred is
Get
winning that! And it's a huge shutdown for a Rins. But the Nocturnal comes straight out onto Weebly. That is a very dead Freljordian. It's a double kill for Ares.
Basic is being a bit too... pressing the shield a bit too early. And that's why Seaweed dies, and Kindred gets a good shutdown. Gonna help him for sure, going for a Wit's End by the looks of things. Ari also getting a turret bot lane, and that's a huge wave also going to waste into that tier 2 bot turret.
I don't see a window back into this game for PCS, but other than
it's gonna...
some major mistakes.
It's gonna be really hard for PCS to win this game still. It has to be, as you said, just big misplays from the E4 side to then have a remote chance, and E4 starting Nash here, but they're getting spotted now.
Jenna is here. Oh, and he's just gonna fall immediately. Not before he does not trade anything back. He does in the end. Win picks up the kill, but it's going to be at the cost of his own life.
Gonna be 3 kills.
3 for 1.
And this means Nash is gonna be free, or then they just opt to push also. Drake also spawning in 10 seconds, but they have time to take both objectives here. Really nice pick onto Junna by Jaina Proudmore, and then they're just good. Kill everyone else afterwards. Yeah, Drake has spawned here, and it looks like PCS is trying to get there before them, but I don't think that's the best decision that they can make. If Anivia is still in base, now we're on Wolf Pits, but Malphite R is down.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh no, it is down. Okay, he's getting it up.
It's down, but Arian Nocturne is open and
jump straight in onto
look
Weebly.
at the damage.
The Rod of Ages just makes him too tanky. Doesn't even have serfs yet. And a Rin's looking for angles to fight. Hike's looking in here. This doesn't look as good as it does for E4, but it's a huge Malphite ult. It's absolutely massive for E4. And they're going to fall. It's going to be a complete, not complete ace for 0. It's going to be a 5 for 1. The unstoppable force straight into that Nocturnal. Absolutely massive. And another 5 kills on the board for E4. And out and out hasting. It's an absolute stomp for E4. As I said,
yeah, they waited perfectly that Malphite R to come back online, and
Malphite was perfect.
And just the follow up by everyone right there, and it's already 11k. E4 is already 11k ahead of PCS, and this game is looking really tough to PCS to climb back. I don't think it's even possible.
Patient as a tree.
Honestly, E4 should just go top side here. Like both top turrets are still alive, and Sivir, as I'm speaking, Sivir is going there. Gotta continue the snowball, and they just have to make sure that E4 or PCS can't push mid and trade a turret, but I don't think that would be even a chance that Varus or Kindred is pushing that far up.
And the Chain of Corruption enough to stall this fight for a little bit longer, but Cargilly is going to be the next victim of this E4 onslaught. Spirit Rush comes in, the charm not very close, but the land respite is good. It's a massive Janna ult! Not that it would have changed anything, but a very well played Janna ult from Blazegus to get everyone out. Wheatley is going to be... Oh, they forfeit. I've never seen that in UNL before. It's an E4. I've been waiting for the Scott Syndra for so long. Finally.
We finally have it.
We have the Janna Proudmoore Syndra. So, a lot of comfortable champions in this game. Same old top lane, but the Xin Zhao into the Udyr, the Arin's Udyr is something I've seen banned against him so many times over the past 2 days. Of PCS versus E4. Both teams, I think,
a lot of pings bot side.
But we'll see if they try anything interesting.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Neither team gonna go for anything. And it is do or die for Season 8 for both of these teams. Both of them backs against the wall, throwing everything they have at this series. Ares pathing into his bot lane this time. Arin's same as every other game so far. Actually, in the first game, but he started topside every single game. So I think winning matchups though, in very heavy winning matchups in top and mid though here for E4. I don't know how Kai'Sa is into Caitlyn, so
it's gonna be a bit rough. Kai'Sa or Caitlyn obviously has the range advantage in that lane.
Cleaver into the bush instead of the Malphite. But I think you probably, I mean, outside of the Veigar, you definitely have the scaling advantage for E4. So the Syndra, since the rework, going to be really, really strong when she gets online late game. The Mundo as well, once he hits 16, he's very, very scary. Kai'Sa as well, although Caitlyn does scale very, very well as well.
Jake's already in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. He throws 2 Qs in Malphite. There's a big stun here onto Wheatley. Gonna use that cage, but E4 aren't finished yet. It flashes over the wall. The last auto attack isn't enough, but it is in the end with the extra range And Arinz is here to try and pick one up in return. Iron Bundle is going to sacrifice his life, and it's a second kill for Jenna Proudmoore. 2 kills on a Syndra at 3 minutes. Hikes finds himself in a little bit of trouble in the top lane as well. That Cleaver going closer to my back door than the Malphite. And that is a big problem for PCS. If there's anyone in this game you don't want to be fed as PCS, it's Jenna Proudmoore on Syndra.
Yeah, he gets also double buffs from the fight, and yeah, he's gonna be
Double
looking really
buffs as well. Wow.
gonna be enjoying his life here in the mid lane now against the Veigar, also outranging him.
Abyss is getting somewhat low in this top lane. Arinz crossing mid lane. Gonna go for this top side scuttle. I don't think Ares will be too pleased with how that fight went for him. A little bit behind now, but Arinz looking for a gank in the top lane. Dabus has absolutely no idea, and that is a very not dead Mundo. He gets away at the expense of his ghost. The Udyr damage not quite stacking up enough just yet. Kai'Sa here in the bot lane also getting pushed in. Having a little bit of a hard time. But this Syndra sitting on, I'm not tapped in, 1,700 gold, sitting on the Lost Chapter already, along with an Amp Tome or anything she might need from the shop. It's going to be a pair of boots. And obviously with her mana cost down so much since the rework, that Lost Chapter spike is you can't push her on a lane after this point really. She's just going to keep getting stronger and stronger. Again, definitely knows how to push a lead on this champion. Setting their sights on this first Drake. The Veigar pick, I know it's like a simple and easy champ to play, probably, you know, it's consistent, but it's I think Veigar is a champion, at least in my opinion, that is really not in a good spot generally, at least in mid lane.
Yeah, it needs kind of help early but if you get like 3 items, it's gonna be insane.
With those small range buffs, they kind of just nuked him in every other area of his cave because he was too strong as a bot laner. But he was never that good of a mid laner with the new range, and Needly is going to get away with his life just about. Syndra's ult, just a sliver of HP left there. I think scenarios like that are only going to become more common as this lane progresses. The first dragon of the game going to PCS. They set their sights on mid lane on this Jenna Proudmoore shutdown. Syndra sitting on 33 Splinters of Wrath now. Does get those 2 Q charges at level, or when she gets to 40, which will probably just be in about 1 level. Udyr is here. No fight going to continue up there. The Herald spawns in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, Veigar also only on 40 attacks so far. I don't know if that's good or not, but
no, it's definitely not ideal. I mean, against Syndra, yeah, like it's okay because, like, as I said, I can't stress how difficult that matchup is to win, but it's not great in the grand scheme of things. PCS trying to build up something to contest this Herald with. They're just going to go straight in. 8 Bubbles does have that smite available. They're not going to continue with this fight, just staring him up and down for a little bit.
Trading plates for Yuna. Yuna gets... I think they get 2 plates from
Yuna
this
gets a lot
eventually,
from it.
when the next wave crashes in, and... Kai'Sa losing a wave there is obviously a win for them for now, but eventually the Rifter are most likely going for bot plates, so it's gonna even out.
Junna is here, and
Yeah.
I Am Bubbles is here as well. It's a flash in straight onto the Lulu. Gold is not enough. He's gonna get caught by that trap, and they're not gonna be able to get anything. Used a lot on that play. Did get the flash out from the Lulu and the ghost from the Caitlyn, but a little bit unlucky
yeah,
to step into that trap maybe.
But yeah, the force Udyr also to walk bot lane, but he's still only focusing on his Raptors, and Herald is gonna be placed here, but yeah, it's only gonna be solo plates for the Xin here, or a solo plate, not even plenty.
Davis is going to go for the dive here with that ult. Very, very low. Does not use that unstoppable force to get away. Loses a big wave under that tower. You can see the difficulty of this matchup. A 20 or 35 CS lead in the top lane. Anyone who's played top lane knows how much fun that is to play with. Rin's here.
Yeah, the Mundo already 1k. 1k gold ahead at this point, but the same difference is also in mid lane.
Yeah, they're both on the
So
same team though, so it doubles down.
So the solo laners struggling here quite much. And Luden's already completed for Syndra here, and the Gore Drinker also for Xin looking pretty with those mythics early on here. Drake also spawning in 55 seconds, gonna be a mountain Drake. Well, let's see if we get some fighting going on there. Let's see if anyone of the top laners is gonna move towards the Drake also. I think Davis would prefer to stay still in side lane and maybe even delete the turret if Hakes would roam towards bot side, but for now it looks like the Mundo has the edge and it's already soon in mid lane, and E4 in a brilliant spot for this Drake, and PCS won't even contest it, which is the correct play here.
Second Drake of the game. E4 sitting on a 1k gold lead.
Arin's immediately also going for the counter jungling on the top side.
Might get spotted out here as Mundo walks back to lane. Gonna go and take Krugs as well if they're up.
I feel like this game is gonna be a 40-minute game with this pacing.
big fight here for PCS. Darren Premor gets the first kill here onto the Lulu, and the Renz is going to be the second to fall. Going to be able to get out with his life just about. The John ult is enough to keep everyone
Also,
alive there. He'll be coming in as well.
huge
His own
cage from-
ultimate. Big cage there from Weebly,
Yep.
exactly. Blazekiss is sitting in this fight on 1 HP. But they're not finished
Top
yet.
lane is-
Iron Bubbles is looking for Weebly here. 2 flashes out of that cage. Tries to blocks it out, but Weebly playing with fire in this fight.
They
The
need to
tornado's
try to
gonna
get
come in.
some kills, but in the end,
Big
just
damage from
one-
Syndra.
one kill for the Syndra once again, and E4 is happy unless he gets a
And that is
finds
most
the
definitely
Veigar,
going to
but
be a 4th
yeah, it's
kill
a
for Jenna
death.
Proudmore. It's setting up to be a good old-fashioned 1v9 for Scott.
yeah, Scott already 1.5k ahead of the Veigar, sitting pretty there, going probably for facing now for more damage, but Caitlyn is gonna get first turret in bot lane here, which gives them some gold back, and the Caitlyn is still 1k, 1.2k actually ahead of the Kai'Sa. Or when I said that, it's already 700 gold difference.
Yeah, it's this game is looking very rough for PCS. They're waiting for a Rins to just step out into the open, and here he is. Has to use that stance to get away. Jenna Premor not going to land the stun. Now they know that stun is down for a few seconds. They might look for something on this Herald. I think this might be an overforce here from PCS. Guys sitting on the edge of the fight. It's a big engage from Iron Bubbles.
But they all
I'm not really upset to fight back. It's a huge shot from Jenna Proudmore. The unstoppable force comes in, lands a lot of people. It's not going to matter. They just don't have the damage to finish anyone off, and it's 2 kills for E4. It's a complete overcommit.
I mean, they have to take some risks, that's for
Yeah.
sure. But that wasn't the angle.
Oh, it's a huge shot from Jenna Proudmore again. Doesn't manage to get anything off the end of it, but I don't know. That fight just didn't look good from the very beginning.
Kai'Sa could even look for an RQ
making
execute
sure
on
they
the.
don't make the same mistake again and not overcommitting this one. They can smell that
This could be
final
potentially
snippets.
2 turrets. Never
That's a
mind
turret
there.
in the top
Just gonna
lane
back
as
off.
well. The second charge for Shelly. They're just gonna let it go with a huge fight, a huge herald, another pick as well. A 5-0-1 Syndra at 16 minutes with, I will tell you now, 72 sacks.
2.2k gold ahead of the Veigar. Veigar only standing on 123 stacks, so he's pretty far behind on stacks, and opting also for Ludens instead of the Rod of Ages that usually is seen on the Veigar nowadays.
Yeah, it's for a long time.
It's gonna be a
for the
gonna
long
be a
time,
glass
it was
cannon
just,
Veigar build.
Yeah, for a long time it was the Ludes or it was the Everfrost, but I'm gonna have to interrupt myself. So Rims is going to get caught out here. Big damage onto the Mundo, but it's still a Dr. Mundo. He's just not taking any running around in that cage. I'm going to limit his own engage, and the Rims is the first to fall. They're all going to disengage away from this fight now. No jungler to fight for this dragon. And E4 with almost their entire bodies through the door of finals. They're so
Yep.
close. All it takes from here is to just not throw this. A huge game from Scott already, as we predicted. Joseph as well, playing very, very well.
Gold difference getting closer to 5k also.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mundo is gonna be really hard to kill this game. He's also opting for Jack Show instead of going for Heartsteel.
Yeah. I think when you're playing
that's
against
the
a lot
correct.
of DPS like the Udyr and the Caitlyn and the Lulu and whatnot, you know, these extended fights, I think he's got the play there.
Yeah, he's the solo tank and just is there to soak up damage. He doesn't need to deal any damage. He has Xin, Syndra, and Kaisa there to do the heavy liftings on the damage department.
"20 minutes in, and PCS staring at the door out of this season. Have to come up with something. Junna still yet to get his name on the board. He is very strong though, you can't underestimate it. 174 minions. Davos as well,
Yes.
also having a decent game. Very, very important in that fight just now. And Rin's gonna try and run up and into this now, but he's 2 levels down, just doesn't do any damage.
I mean, he's not going for damage yet. No, I mean, as I said, he's probably going for Black Cleaver. Usually I say that if you build Black Cleaver, you win the game, but I feel like Xinsa is probably gonna have the Black Cleaver first, so they just win the game. This is also an inside meme we have in the team, or had in the team. And D4 starting Baron here, and PCS is really far
Can't do
far
anything
away
about
still.
that. And it's a free one-shot for Janet Proudmore. Rin is in serious danger now. Joseph is here. The Janet ult tanking absolutely everything. But it's a huge double kill on the back of the fight here for Hikes. This fight looks good for PCS out of nowhere. Janet Proudmore is
3 kills
still
for Malphite.
alive though. Davis just tanking so much damage on the back of this fight. Cinder waiting for cooldowns to come back in, but this Udyr DPS might just be too much. Janet Proudmore gonna...
4 kills for the Malphite.
4 kills for Malphite in that fight. And it's good, but it's just all of the kills on that one player is just not it. Junna one shot straight at the start of that fight by Scott.
Syndra is gonna be flashless for the next fight. Maybe even Malphite even could just look for the R on top of the Syndra then. Yuna still about 600 gold away from Infinity Edge, and then he's looking up pretty also on the Caitlyn.
Just E4 just so comfortable with where they are. That fight was really strange. Because you think if there was a way they could take a fight, it would be down to Junna a lot of it. But Junna was one shot right at the start. It was Hikes that pulled up. So do you see a pause? But, you know, pauses happen.
Yeah.
Not to worry.
Some lagging on the Malphite side. Wait. Probably restarting his game or something and trying again.
Okay, well, we have a few minutes to assess what is a dire situation for PCS.
I just hope E4 doesn't get scared after that fight.
Yeah.
They're still in the driving seat in this game, and after a team fight loss like that, maybe they're taking it a bit slower, obviously, but just don't start sitting on the turrets like they tend to do. Drake also spawning in 1 minute. He's gonna be soul point after that if E4 gets it. We're
we
back.
restart the game. Hikes is back, and we have this typical pause that we get with every pause. The replay system decides to nuke itself moments later, but it will fix itself. Just give it a second. It's just letting the delay catch up to the pause. Now, 22 minutes in, 3k gold lead, 4 kills up, 2 Drakes to 1, 2 towers to 1. I think if you're E4, as I said, staring finals in the face. Davis being here from the absolute beginning, staring his first UNL title. He's so close. If he gets through this, there's only one more hurdle to jump. PCS, they're gonna look for this fight, and this could be game changing. Arin's kept at bay by the Scatter of the Week. Davis able to walk up, taking absolutely no damage from anything. Does get chunked out just a little bit as I say that, but Weebly on the back of this fight got everything available to him. Jenna Proudmore and I Am Bubbles sitting pretty in that bush. Drake has spawned, no team has started it yet. All 5 members of PCS on the back of this dragon. Arin's down to the bottom of the river now. The Kalen Milk comes out onto the Syndra. She's going to have to back away just a little bit. PCS take control of the river. Arin begins this dragon. That's a big engage here from Ian Bubbles. Kargani has to flash away over the wall. Davis and Ian Bubbles sitting straight onto the pikes. It's a huge assault force. He does manage to land onto the Blazer Kiss, but he's going to be able to get away. And PCS are running for their lives. It's a second kill for Davis. Arin's trying to get on top of the Syndra, but there's too much peel. It's 3 kills for Davis.
Is the quarter kill for Davis now?
Here. He's going to fall as well. It's Ian Bubbles, and it's a 4-for-1. Weebly, the last man standing on 1 HP, mind you, standing not on a ward. There's a ward symbol there, but he's not on it. They're gonna continue pushing mid as this tower gets taken by the bot lane. And Jenna again just not able to find his rhythm in this game like he was in the first one. I think sacrificing the Udyr ban for the Xayah / Jinx was seems to be justifying itself. And it's 3 Drakes for E4.
PCS also mass pinging Nash right now, and look at E4's backing timing. They're gonna be in base.
Yeah, I mean
there's an opening right now.
They're gonna go for it, and I think they're probably just gonna be able to get it.
They're sniffing it right now. They probably know this is happening, but things are close by, but he won't be in time there.
The Baron does go down, but E4 are still going to look for this fight. Davis is going in with the cleavers, the cage to block them off.
But Kai'Sa is not
going to be able
there
to have a
yet.
clean disengage. Arin's is caught out by the stun. PCS trying to preserve the damage and keep him the only victim. I Am Bubbles just about getting away on 1 HP.
Black cleaver completed.
You do get that Baron though, which is big. They do need that. Sacrificing Arin's for it, maybe it is worth. The payoff may be worth it. But
yeah, E4 sleep. Falling asleep for a second, and
yeah.
PCS immediately gonna punish it.
That's all it takes for just that a couple of times, and all of a sudden you're back in the game. But from this point, I just don't see it for PCS. The Malphite is very strong, but he needs to be hitting Syndra with this ult for it to be to really have that you know, Malphite effect. I think he only caught out the Kaisa and the Janna with the last fight. Might have caught the Syndra. I can't remember exactly, but I think he did.
It was a pretty late
Yeah,
late
that's
ultimate
happened a few
from
times.
him
But
also.
it's not the first time it's happened this game, where the ult has felt like it's come in a long time after it might have been better.
Yeah.
Potentially holding
He also
it for
got
him to clump up a little bit too long, and then all of a sudden the fight's over and your ult doesn't do anything anyway.
he was also exhausted, so he didn't do any damage either.
But it would take a monumental disaster for E4 to really throw this. Hikes getting the spot lane in.
I mean, this Caitlyn is starting to do damage, but I don't think it's enough. Like, he's
Yeah,
still an
It's
ADC.
the
This Syndra is
Syndra. It
soon level
really
16
is
also.
the Syndra, because she's able to just pick out one player. Syndra ult outside of perfect spacing has effectively no counterplay, because it's just the mechanics of the ability.
Yeah,
It's a-
Syndra
it's a-
also
Yeah, it's a point and click.
600 gold away from death cap.
Yeah, you are right, it's starting to do damage, but the flash in from Iron Bubbles and Carphilly is going to fall. The TP is coming in from Hikes, but Arins tries to get into this fight, has absolutely no luck, gets jumped on immediately by Iron Bubbles, and he's going to be the second player to die. As PCS just throw away another 2 kills.
Yeah, Cargill and Yuna getting caught somewhere where there's not supposed to be, and there might be even a mid turret. I mean, Veigar is still alive for the wave clear, and it's not the biggest wave, but there's another wave coming in, and Arins is still 20 seconds. 20 seconds away from being back in the...
E4 is waiting for the moment. Jonah Parker does step on a trap, has to flash away, but it's not much you can do with this PCS.
Syndra gonna be
Dragon is up in
flashless
about
for...
1 minute.
Yeah, I was about to say he's gonna be flashless for the next Drake, and Veigar has flash, Yuna has flash,
They're just trying to get out.
everyone
Hikes
has
is
flash
the-
apart from...
PCS are trying
totally-
to close in on this fight, but the Jan disengage proving a little bit too much. They're gonna go back to mid and try and get this tower down because they know that E4 have to back here.
Red team's turret
That
has been
Syndra
Yeah, Scott 100 gold also.
is about to pick up the Rabadons.
Yeah, he has it now. Syndra resetting and gonna go purchase the death cap and probably TP back.
And she doesn't have the 15% AP passive just yet. But if she levels up at some point in this fight somehow, then I think she gets it off that. But I don't think it really matters because she's able to kill the targets that she wants with her ult already. And Junna, damage, as you said, is starting to build up, but this
That's
Nurgle
Mundo
does
ultimate
so
used.
much healing. They'd have to use that ult
But
to
he
get
used-
away.
Yeah,
Engage
he's not
here
gonna be
from
as big in
Ares,
the
and
next
this is gonna
fight.
be the fight. Hikes is on half HP right at the forefront of it. Arins gets away. The Syndra ult's a huge unstoppable force. And Hikes is pushed straight
Janna
onto the
dead.
backline by the Janna. I'm Bubble sitting on the back of
Sinzo
this
is
fight.
way too deep here.
But Syndra is still alive, and it's not going to matter no matter how well they play it. They are too far behind. Damas is still alive here, having an amazing game. Weebly tries to keep them at bay for a little bit longer, but they're going to turn around and look for the mid lane. Or not the mid lane, the dragon, excuse me. Cargill and Weebly
Yeah.
desperately trying to get something out of this. But it's a red TP, and it's a Dr. Mundo. You can't kill that thing. He's so tanky. He's so far ahead. He's gonna look for
15
this
seconds
tower.
before Dabis has... or
And the-
before
and
Veigar
it
has ultimate
is
again.
The Infernal Soul with this composition, and it doesn't get much worse than this for PCS. A seemingly impossible hill to climb to win this game.
Nash spawning here in 5 seconds, and both teams are immediately going towards it. Hex is on the bot side without TP, so he has to leave that wave and just rotate with his team now. But Yuna has no LDR yet. Andrarin's is getting caught here and probably gonna be deleted.
So
Big shields coming in.
Lulu, but they just don't do any damage. There's no damage in this comp at all. Or well, I mean, it's not the comp. It's just how far behind they are.
But it's Dr. Mundo and Xin's all
Yeah.
being used here, so.
The Veigar as well. So close to Rabadon's.
That's a Veigar
Ares
cage.
does
That
get
could
caught
be a
out. He's
dead.
gonna have to
Oh, he
flash
has to
away.
burn.
Junna. Damage again, still building up, but it's an engagement for Ares, and he takes massive damage right at the start of the fight. PCS doing a really good job of keeping this Caitlyn safe.
Yeah, kiting really well, even though it's only only a Dr. Mundo running at you. But
Before backing away from this fight, not willing to take any big risks.
Yeah, looking for the quick reset here, both teams. LDR now purchase also for Junna here on the Caitlyn. Can't really ignore the Caitlyn anymore either. But he still has to play it so passively with this Syndra being this fed. Even the Kai'Sa can probably 1v1. And just one-shot the Caitlyn. Dr. Mundo terrorizing a huge.
Junna,
And
not
look
doing
at
damage.
this.
He's just not taking any damage. And Bubbles gets onto this Baron. And he's just not taking any damage from anything. Rins is going to fall. And PCS
That's
stare
game.
UNL
That's game.
in the face. And they are going to be leaving us today. The 4-0, only a Lulu to defend your Nexus and to defend your season. And although it's not the main roster, the winners of regular season by a country mile are going to be taking an early exit as Cargilly is the final man to fall. And E4 go to finals.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yay.